Hi everyone. In this lab number 3.3, we are going to look at the zero standing privileges to EC2 instance. So one of the things you guys might want to take note from CyberArk DPA standpoint, we support two different connector pools. So one set of connector pool is supposed to help you to provide access to the database Kubernetes for the vaulted account and for the VMs using FQDN based approach. The other connector type, which is for the cloud connectors, so which can help you to provide an access only using IP address and instance ID at this particular stage. So we are going to go to the DPA. I'm going to go to my introduction page. We have to select on zero standing privileges. So as a first step, we are going to add our resource. And then I'm going to click on AWS. I'm going to onboard a AWS account. So here we have to provide our details. So I'm going to choose my AWS account ID. I'm going to say Raj management account. And then I'm going to click on save. So it's all done. So now as a next step, we have to deploy the CloudFormation template. So what this CloudFormation template is going to do, it is going to provide us the read-only permissions for your EC2 permissions so that we can understand, hey, where all these EC2 machines are present, which region, what's the instance ID, what's the IP address. So we gather all these different information. So I'm going to download the template. So once the template is downloaded, so then we are going to deploy it. So for the deployment, so what you have to do, so you have to go to the CyberArk's cloud, you have to go to the AWS CloudFormation service, and then we are going to deploy the new stack. So I'm going to say with new resources. So here we are going to upload, and then we are going to deploy it here. So here you have to choose the file, what you have just downloaded, and then we are going to click on next. So I'm going to say Raj DPA EC2 CloudFormation. You can name it whatever you want because it will be done within your AWS account. Okay, we cannot use space. My bad. And so this one, I'm just gonna keep as it is. So here, it will ask us that it will create a IAM role behind the scenes here. So I'm gonna click on submit button. It will take 2 to 3 minutes to deploy these templates. So you can look at all these different events as well. So what exactly it is trying to do. If you go to the outputs or the resources, you will be able to see what all accounts, what all the things have been provisioned by this specific template. So I'm going to pause this video and then we will come back in 1 to 2 minutes time. So the template has been deployed successfully. Here you can see the stack info. So here it shows the status is create complete. If you go to the resources, you can see one of the role has been created for CyberArk. So I'm going to go to the dynamic privilege access. We're going to refresh, and then it's going to let us know whether the template has been deployed successfully or not. So here we can see it has been deployed successfully. The next step is we are going to add a connector. So I'm going to click on add connector. We are going to use Linux, and then it is going to provide us the script. For script, we are going to run on our EC2 machine. I'm going to go to the EC2 service. I'm going to go to the instances. I'm gonna go to the DPA AWS connector, and then I'm gonna click on connect. So this one is, so I'm using this SSH client as an option. So I'm gonna copy this using my Mac terminal. So I'm gonna run this command. So I'm gonna copy and paste this, press enter. So it's all done. So we have logged in. I'm gonna copy the script, gonna paste it here. So it will take a couple of seconds. So we can see installation has been successful. We're gonna close this. So this is done. So as a last step, so what we have to do, so we have to deploy the CA public key on our Linux instance. So what we are going to do, I'm gonna connect to my target instance, so which is my target Linux VM. So we're gonna connect it and deploy this public key. Again, you can deploy this public CA, you can bake it into the AMI so that you don't have to worry about doing it on machine by machine, or you can use Ansible or some other tools here to perform the job. So here I've copied this. I'm gonna open a new tab. So then let's SSH to our target machine. So we have connected, and I'm gonna go to my DPA, gonna get the script. I'll copy this, and paste it here. So it's all done. So this step has been completed successfully. For Windows, we don't have to worry about the Windows now because we are focusing on the Linux. So in a way, so we have performed all the steps. So we can go to the connectors as well. So we should be able to see another connector for AWS has been created. Our connector is up and running. So this is all looks good. So let's go to the introduction. So we have installed the connectors. The only thing what we have to do now, we have to create a policy. So I'm gonna say, let's create a policy. So I'm gonna say Raj, VM policy, time is all. Here I'm gonna choose all accounts at this moment, but ideally you can specify your specific account numbers and you can mention your custom tags as well. So here, let's create a rule. So here I'm gonna say test rule. So here we are going to use Linux. So here, so by default, our EC2 user has been created. So I will be mapping my user to the EC2 user only in terms of the authorization. So here I'm going to add myself, and then I'm gonna select all day for now. Gonna click on create, and then we are gonna activate it. So we have completed this step as well. So now what we are going to do, so we are going to look at the user experience. So again, we have performed all these steps. So what's mentioned in the guide. So it's all done. So we have created the policy. So now we are going to log in as an end user. So here, what we are going to do, so I'm going to go to my connection guidance page. So we're going to select SSH, zero standing privileges. So here we have to provide either the instance ID or IP address for the cloud. So here I'm going to go to my instances. So we are going to choose the target Linux VM. I'm going to copy my instance ID, gonna paste it here. So this is the script. So what we have to run to authenticate. So I'm gonna open the new tab. So I'm gonna press OK. So I'm gonna say yes. So I'm going to add my, I'm going to key in my password. So this password is how I authenticate to the CyberArk identity security platform. And then it is asking me to select one of the MFA method. So what I'll do, I'll select email. And then I'll wait for email. So I've received an email. So what we are going to do, I'll just click on continue with authentication. It has been done. So it is taking a little bit of time. So here you can see it is starting a new session, and this session is going to expire after like 120 minutes and or 10 minutes of idle time. So we are going to run a few commands, and then we will be exiting from this particular session. So yeah, so I'm going to say echo. So I'm going to exit from the session. So this is how the user experience is going to look like. Again, it doesn't matter whether your machines are ephemeral or whether your machines are static. CyberArk Dynamic Privilege Access can help you to provide a just-in-time access to your machines. So now, as a last step, so what we are going to do, so we are going to look at the auditor page. So I'm gonna click on the auditor. So here, if I click on the session monitoring, so you can see this is the session we just ran. So this is what my instance ID, it was a GIT method. So the user on target was EC2 user. The platform is AWS. So if I click on commands, so we should be able to see all the different commands we ran, like clear, who am I, make dir, make directory Raj, cd, and all these things here. So that's what you guys have to do from your lab standpoint, and this is how your user experience is going to look like. So thanks a lot, everyone, for watching this